My shirt matches my buzz cut head. Dave, I have a feeling I'll be using the Johnny Bravo approach for the rest of my life. That idea is now on my hook for how to describe the I only care about meeting people efficiently as possible brute force max approach. Speaking of the Johnny Bravo analogy approach, I'm attending an online workshop right now for podcasting called the Podcast Fellowship, and we're discussing a lot on lens and how specific moments in time can affect one's perspective deeply on the world. The effort we place in being present in a specific moment in our lives actually plants a seed that shapes our lens on the world for the rest of our lives. And that reminds me of a leadership image, as usual. I, of course, like you, found myself during our London trip in the London Underground among a diverse number of people of all different kinds, stopping and going, coming and going, and never going to be in the same place ever again. And it's in a context such as that leadership image ideas are firing off moment to moment in the back of my head until I find one to solidly land on that sort of encapsulates the moment that I'm in. And one did hook, and it usually involves a book, and it does. In fact, it's a book that I read 6 years ago, of course. I completed reading Riding the Subway with Heidi by Charles Schmidtke on July 29th, 2013. And I didn't memorize that. It's written in my book journal. Remembering this leadership image of life as the subway, with people coming and going, with uncomfortable spaces and loud noises and different amounts of people, everything in the full smorgasbord that we face of life, reminds me that every moment is a miracle because of how I choose to fully see all the factors at play in any given moment, or as best that I can. Every moment is fragile, and even more fragile than the moment because it takes time for things to face entropy is the idea that how I choose to engage is really fragile. That even alters more the pace, pulse, and the waves of life. I really do want to be present and have a consistent, healthy engagement with the current moment. Life is much more wave energy than closure. It's not a pedestaling or a diminishing of it, but an embracing of it. Life is a subway. It's paradoxical. It thrives in nuance. Schmidtke calls it noble, frightening, and precious. And any step made forward is a step into the unforeseeability of the future, the unknown. Deciding to get on the subway or the train or whatever takes us from A to B, like Dumbledore said to Harry or the conductor from the Polar Express said to the main protagonist kid in the story, is choosing to trust it, to change with it. So I thought about that as I saw all these people and endured the ear-screeching stops between certain stages. Everyone faces life to varying degrees. We all ride the waves, but we most often have the choice on how to choose to engage with those waves or swim. We choose how to cultivate that relationship with the risky unknown, how much to see as a friend and a foe. I'm happy to say I choose to trust it more often than not. And travel, as I've seen, is a great way to do that. It expands my understanding and appreciation of the way things are, and also how I can serve to make things better in so many ways. That's why I travel and see friends and see new things, and that matters to me. Have a great day, Dave, and I'll see you on Thursday.